All right, today's video is going to be a little bit different than my other videos. If you don't know who I am, my name is Ryan. I teach people how to earn college degrees really fast. I earned a bachelor's degree in 9 months. You can subscribe, like the video if that's interesting to you. Here's the thing, choosing the right university is crucial if you want to earn a college degree faster. The challenge here, and this makes me really mad, if you go search for universities that are offering faster paths, you're going to see advertisements everywhere, and universities are not honest in most situations. And it drives me crazy. And all the time I get emails from students who reach out to me and say, hey, I know you help people get college degrees faster. I'm enrolled at this university. Can you help me? And so often I have to say, like, you're stuck at a school that doesn't let you go faster. Do you want to transfer, or do you want to try another approach? And oftentimes students are just stuck. So I wanted to shoot a video and show you how to find the right programs and the right schools so that you don't have to get sucked into advertisements in the wrong programs or the wrong schools. Because if you make the wrong decision, it literally can cost you tens of thousands of dollars and multiple years of time. And I want this video to help you avoid that. So what we're going to do is I'm going to share my screen with you, and I'm going to walk you through how to make sure you're not making these mistakes. Now, the first warning I want to give you, do not, I repeat, do not go to Google and search something like fastest bachelor's programs or fastest bachelor's degrees, and then look at all the schools that are listed and choose a degree that looks cool or sounds like a great deal, because they all look cool. They all sound cool because they all have a ton of money to spend on advertising and professionals that are good at branding. Now, I want to give you a core principle that's going to help you find faster schools. Instead, you can go to Google and search for competency-based education programs, with the warning that not all of these programs are great. Lots of these programs are. I'll show you how to differentiate between the two. Competency-based education programs are self-paced college programs. Instead of sitting in classrooms for 4 months at a time, listening to lectures and doing homework and reading textbooks, they are structured differently. Most of these programs are structured to where the school gives you learning material if you need it, but they also test you and give you projects to prove that you've learned the material. So the key is, step one is finding these programs so that you can go 100% at your own pace, so that we don't have to go at the school's pace. Because if you have to go at the school's pace, the school's going to drag you along the pace that is best for them. Well, what's best for them is more money, right? They're businesses. You got to take things into your own hands, find programs that let you go at your own pace. Now, if you're thinking, I don't know the material, don't worry. There are other steps that we're going to take later, but step one is finding these schools. So if you're looking for competency-based education programs, you're going to see articles, you're going to see colleges advertising it. Some of these colleges, they're not fully self-paced. I'll show you what to look for though. What you're going to find usually ranking, if you search a search term like this, you're going to find this My Degree Guide article where there are 15 competency-based programs. We're going to click here because it's a good place to start. Not every school on this list is perfect, but it's a good place to start. You're going to see 15 schools with competency-based education programs. If we scroll through here, you're going to see some decent ones. That's why I think this is a good place to start looking. Again, this is a starting point. Let me tell you what to do next. Let's start with some warnings. I'm going to use the University of Phoenix and another university for warnings because these are not good schools. They are not good opportunities, and their competency-based programs, although they have them, are not very good. Now, the key here is to do some digging and figure out what they're actually selling us. Yes, there's a competency-based program, but if you do some digging, you're going to see a little bit more detail. They're traditional programs. It's one 5 to 6 week course at a time. They're competency-based programs. You're going through the courses at your own pace, at your will. You're studying on your own time. But you're doing about 4 months to complete 4 courses, but you can take them one at a time. So you have control over your study schedule, but you're limited to 4 months and 4 courses. That's not faster. It's maybe a little bit faster. And I might have someone bark at me and say, they let me finish 5 courses in 4 months. Okay, like fine. They do allow special circumstance, like you can take an extra course in this semester. What we want to look for is universities that offer 100% self-paced and zero cap to how many credits you can earn in one semester. So if this said 4 months, complete as many courses as you want or you can, that is what we're looking for. You want zero cap for how many courses you can complete. Now let's go to another bad example. This is called South Texas College. They offer competency-based programs. Well, if we look at what they're selling us and just read a little bit into this, here's what they say. If you successfully finish the course within the first 3 weeks and earn an 80% or higher grade, basically like a B or higher, you can register for another CBE course at additional cost. That is another huge red flag. So red flag number 1, you don't want schools that limit how fast you can go. Flag number 2, you don't want schools that charge you extra when you take an extra course. We want to look for schools that offer flat rate tuition. What that means is, let's say the school offers $4,000 for 6-month term. There are schools that do that. But in that 6 months, you can earn your whole entire degree if you can go that fast. Well, then you're putting yourself in a situation where if you go graduate in 6 to 12 months, you're not paying for 4 years of school. You're only paying for the amount of time it took you to graduate. If schools charge per credit, guess what? It doesn't matter if you graduate in 6 months, you're paying for every credit, you're paying for a 4-year degree. So zero cap, how many courses you can complete per semester, and flat rate tuition. These are hugely important. Now, the next thing I look for is accreditation. I highly prefer universities that are regionally accredited because it's the highest standard of accreditation in the United States. And most universities are regionally accredited. So if you're going to a nationally accredited school, which sounds better, but it's actually worse. National accreditation is the lower bar for accreditation. If your university is not regionally accredited, guess what? You're going to have a hard time transferring credits. The university just doesn't have as good of a reputation. Regional accreditation is important. Now, let me show you how to figure out if a school is regionally accredited. What we're going to do is search for regional accreditation organizations. And what we're going to do is look for a map of these accreditation organizations. You're going to click here, no map right away. I prefer looking for a map because it's easier. If we scroll down, I know that this article, just because I've done this in the past, this article from Drexel University does have a map. The reason I like to look for a map is because it's going to show your geographical areas and which regional accreditation organization is in charge of that area. Now, there are 6 organizations that are in charge of regional accreditation for the United States. They're each in charge of a different location. Now, this is step 1, find the map. Step 2, just open up a new tab and search for regional accreditation lookup. And what we're looking for is the Department of Education page where you can actually look up what accreditation a school has. What you're going to see here is, if you're on the right page, and I can leave some links down below in the description, but if you're on the right page, you're going to see a search bar. And you can type in the name of your university and it's going to tell you the accreditation. The university I grew up rooting for was the University of Utah because I lived really close to the University of Utah and my grandfather was a professor at the University of Utah. So it was one of my favorite schools growing up. If we search for their accreditation and then we actually go into the school itself, you're going to see that they are accredited by the Northwest Commission on Colleges and Universities. That's their accreditation right here. If we go back to our map, we search geographical location, we know it's in Utah. The commission here is the Northwest Commission on Colleges and Universities. So that means, yes, it is regionally accredited. That's good news. You can go and use this search bar and search whatever university you want. If you go in deeper, you can look at accreditation for specific programs. So let's say they have nursing programs. You can go and look at the actual accreditation for different programs that they offer. And as you can see, here's a medicine program. You can find out what accreditation that has. So if you're looking for law or medicine, you can look at which accreditation is there for each of those programs as well. Now, if you find a program and you're like, yes, they're fully self-paced, the price is right, it's flat rate tuition, they're regionally accredited, I still also like to do some Google search and just find out what people have to say about the school. If people are like, I enrolled in this school and I hate it, it's the worst thing in the world, and everyone's saying the same thing, Maybe you look for other schools, but this is where I start when I'm looking for the right programs. Now, if you would like to see a list of 7 universities that I approve of, I'm going to leave a link to a video right here walking you through those specific 7 universities. If you just want my help hacking a college degree in general, I'll leave a link to my program down below. I help students do this all the time. Have a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you in the next video.